Do a chick because this links to spring with the seasons pages. We're going to use slightly thicker paints on this because you've got to do quite a lot of subtle colour mixing for the different creams and greys and whites on the chick. So I'm using just very small amounts of paint which I'm mixing on the side, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to test them out on the piece of paper, because sometimes with really light subtle colours it's really difficult to tell what it is you're getting. So just going to mix just a really light kind of peachy colour to start with. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do...
Miss, can I borrow the hairspray, please? Because I've done 2 short drawings. You do it.
That's okay, it's just behind. I don't know how well you can see this on the paper because I'm just doing it really, really gently. You probably notice I'm not doing a pencil outline with a painting like this. If I started with a pencil outline, you'd just see the pencil through, and you wouldn't get that nice, subtle, kind of like fluffy look that we actually want for the chick. So I'm just using a really, really pale colour, so then if I don't get the shape quite right, it doesn't matter. I can just literally work over the top of it. So I can start to build up my tones a little bit. So I'm working my paintbrush around the contours of the face. Some light greys. So there's lots of different subtle colour mixing. So it'll really kind of test your observational skills. So hopefully you can see I'm just mixing really tiny amounts of paint each time. So we'll just get the beak in. So it's kind of a strong colour. The nice thing about this type of paint is, you know, because it's so pale, if something's not quite working out how you want, it doesn't matter. You can just work over it, paint over it. So I'm still just testing out my colours each time, just to make sure that I'm happy. Right, there's kind of a grey colour under here, so I'll go mixing that. Just clean my brush. Let's try that one. Yeah. It does look quite blue as well. Sometimes the colours are a little bit different. You kind of expect them to be one thing, and then the more you look at them, it can be something else. I'll put the black of the eye in, because it looks a bit strange why he's got a white gap. Now this is a little bit like that black brie. We're leaving a little circle, and what that does, it just gives the look of something which is reflective and shiny and rounded. There we go, beady eye. So I've still got quite a lot of work up to do around the eye, so I'm just looking at this colour here. It's kind of a mixture of the peach and the grey. Let's try that colour out. Might be a little bit dark, but we'll add a bit in. So it's lots of kind of like layering and small amounts of paint, and I'm constantly kind of conscious and looking at the colour, making sure that's what I'm after. So hopefully you can see how long these paintings take sometimes. You know, there's lots to be done. You're building up layers all the time. A bit more fluff. Right, I'm going to finish it here. There is more work that I could continue doing on this, but hopefully you've got enough of a start now to have a go yourself and see what kind of results you get.